Приветствую дорогих подписчиков, гостей моего канала. Продолжаю проходить игру a.noire. Это уже у нас с вами 5-я часть. Мы перешли в убойный отдел. Давайте сразу будем загружаться. Первое дело там помада, что-то там цвета крови. Как бы сейчас вот уже основной сюжет, когда мы будем убийцу этого искать. Луна красивая. Ой, ё. Итак.
Let's get this over before lunch. Clyde Rose at the homicide squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work. Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table. And the chief was seen fit to promote Coul Felps from burglary to the homicide. Stand up, Phelps. Take a chair. You're in the major leagues now, Sonny. Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing.
Чё-то не особо он расти.
The murder of a woman found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf. Get out to the scene, lads.
Погнали.
I didn't come to California to be a secretary.
Do you have the address?
It's been all over KGPL. It's off Temple Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
Что-то отделение это все то же самое, да, получается, ну, странно.
You're behind the wheel.
То есть тот же участок, тот же... Ну, понятно, что там просто разные отделы в одном участке. Ну, примерно все. Ну, в принципе, что, разные кабинеты, может быть, просто. Ты мне не нужен, напарник. Ну, какой расти, блин.
The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
Are we any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads, we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife.
Так, ну давай, это разглагольство что-то долго. Ну, все равно посмотрим. Я как бы хотелось бы пройти два дела. Хотелось бы пройти, успеть. Ладно, для полноты картин не буду пропускать. Погнали, в чем.
Scoop for the Examiner, Galloway. You could use some good press.
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. Defending the honor of murdered humps. You're used to it, Phelps. Move it along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
Погнали.
Trollman, this your beat?
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some
Парочки
trouble,
приходят, парочки.
nothing like this. It's known locally as the morgues.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, detective.
No one's disturbed the body?
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Так. Пошли искать улики. Ну, вряд ли это поможет.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Да, согласен. Но будем искать внимательно.
Not sure this means much. Looks like some kind of puzzle or parlor game.
Да тихо, тихо. И чё? Ясно, и низ тоже надо, да? Да уё, сюда. А, только так, да? Ну да. Нет. А. Угу. Бамба.
Bamba Club. Why steal a table lighter?
Зажигалку красть. Угу. Так, ну что, закрываем. Так, это у нас B, да? Тут что-то еще было. Не, это ерунда какая-то. Так. И. Угу. Это не имеет значения, мне кажется, да?
The victim's bag?
Что интересно тут? На помада. А, ну да.
Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
Угу. Так, отменяем. Угу. Так, дальше. Си.
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
Men's size 8s. Pinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
Ну ладно.
Has the scene been secured?
Trauma and Houlihan saw to it. The victim's personal effects are still where they fell.
Cause of death?
Could be the head injuries. She has been badly stomped. The cuts look superficial.
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
Так, что у нас тут еще раз интересно покажут?
What about this wound on the finger?
Драгоценности.
A ring, most likely. I assume it was taken post-mortem.
Так, и еще у нас какая-то надпись. Иди к черту.
Interesting.
Подожди. Так, вот это я. Да блин. А почему мне ее никак улику засчитали? Так, вправо, влево, вправо, влево. Ну ладно.
What's the writing on the victim mean?
BD, like
Черная орхидея.
X. Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
When we get to the bomba, a man could die of thirst in a case like this.
Погнали. Хоть с чего-то можно начинать. Да. Давай поведешь ты.
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
The werewolf?
For my money, a copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
Yeah, you'd love that, wouldn't you? Big head to hang on your wall. All of the decade. You've been working evidence on a BD case for 6 months and got nicked.
Ну, как вы ходите, ребята?
Oh, yeah?
Во-первых, мне тут пешеходник.
Okay, odd shot. What's
Ну
more
ладно.
like?
Это боты, не будем к ним строги.
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, Phelps. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of street. There's some opportunist who's been reading about
Давай,
BD
ой,
cases
как
who'll rip
долго.
out the ammo and get
Ну,
himself
надо,
free.
надо это
That's
смотреть,
not
все,
totally
все надо
fantastic.
смотреть.
Well, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police work. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder was them, locusts.
Where do you
Так,
think
это
the
у нас
werewolf
уже
killer is now?
вот, забыл,
Dead
какой
by his
номер,
own
по номеру-то
hand,
дело, ну ладно.
stationed somewhere else
В
with
общем,
armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another
еще даже
country.
половину мы не прошли.
So, Phillips,
игры.
I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work.
Да, большая игра будет.
The case will come and find you. Can't make it something it ain't. Understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the
А
Los
что стоим,
Angeles
такого
area?
ждем?
No chance. We would have found him.
Но я все равно не буду пропускать эти диалоги, мы хотим. Буду целостно. Опять повторю, да, столбом, наверное. Погнали.
I think he's a bit of a gangster.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves
Firma
me
Коул.
those thoughts.
Угу.
Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
Да-да-да.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him. Is there anything else?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here in the little park.
Понятно, ты бухать
Pour me
будешь.
3 fingers of rye.
Just don't know how to dance the bebop.
Ага, вот он. Здорово.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine?
О май гад.
Christ.
You going to
Sure
pay
I
for
know
that?
her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last
House
night?
officer.
Sure, she's a
That's
regular.
great.
Celine is,
Pour me another.
was a lovely woman.
Угу.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Угу.
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories.
Угу.
One guy in particular.
Ну, вроде бы правду говорит.
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes. At around 11.
О, номер
If
машины
it helps,
написал.
I made the
Красавчик.
guy's license plate.
Неплохо. Неплохо.
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you. Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're going to tell me.
Okay, I bought it
Ну
years
понятно.
ago.
Ну понятно, что ты.
I carried a torch for Celine in those days. Guess I always have. But old man never knew about it.
Понятно.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. Put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
Но как-то он все равно это.
So if it wasn't Jacob, then you probably let her out of here with the guy who killed her. How do you feel about that?
Stow the attitude, will ya? I tried to get onto Jacob. I rang him up. Asked him to come pick her up like usual. But he refused. She picked some night to push him over the edge. I rang him back around 11:30, but got no answer.
Ага. Никто не взял трубку. Интересно.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue.
Ну что,
God knows I had to send her home
погнали
enough
к
times to
Джекобу.
remember that.
Погнали к Джейкобу. Ну, дома сидим. Так, надо пока еще.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, what's the hurry? My stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
А, я думал, другой телефон.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Давай, давай, давай.
Thanks for your help.
Ну, погнали, чё. Погнали. Ой, блядь, не туда. Ой, извините. Не то сказал. Это осуждаем. Да. Так, ты давай отсюда. Едь. Сам.
Fine. Where are we headed?
К муженьку поехали.
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharp as my investigatory.
Понятно все.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
Smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job with a helping thirsty friend.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood
Ну ладно,
Boulevard
чё.
after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze.
Потерпим немножко,
That would have
потерпим.
led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd
Почитаем.
been there, Squire.
Я не думаю, что я должен
Be alive.
переводить так. Иначе Бетти Шорт осталась бы жива. Я не успеваю прочитать. Код запретного слова. Небольшая неточность, детектив Гэллоуэй. Я не утверждал, что могу предотвратить преступление. Наверное, алкоголь притупил мои мыслительные способности. Ты бог мой, мама дорогая, такое я даже представить себе не мог.
Worse than I could ever have imagined.
Тяжело, да, с этим, с чтением. Просто быстро. Ну что ж, погнали. Кто дома есть? А может, вообще не интересно, да? Тут что там, где жена?
Try the back door. Wait here a second.
Угу. Интересненько.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Ну, пошли смотреть. Так, это что, газетка? Ну, давайте немножко почитаем газетку, значит. Ну. Ага, поджоги. А, вот они, поджоги. Да.
Fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty. I heard them screaming.
Circumstances were unfortunate. My colleagues had made all the necessary
You
arrangements.
said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before.
Докторишка-то, а?
You said the house would be empty.
Какой хороший докторишка. Да. Так, погнали. Да, смотреть раз и искать сон.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Туфля. Чей туфля?
Size 9s. Above average for a lady.
Чей туфля? Так вот. Не, это не то.
Burglar used the pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
Так, что у нас? О. Приходи к Хантеру, 1050. Ага, ну вот есть уже. Джейкоб.
Selena and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband. Jacob.
Кто его не муж? Ну, кто знает, кто там его.
Drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Ого, тут.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Так, тут ничего интересного, погнали дальше. Тут мы осмотрели, да?
Galloway, homicide, badge number 564.
Так, отсюда я пришел, там я пришел, то есть я все прошел, да, получается? Теперь погнали сюда. Так, вот какой-то. То, ну. А, очки пилота, да? А, плавно, значит. Так, это задний. А, это наоборот передний вход. Ну какой же у них бардак был, а? Как у меня прям. Ой, ее. Что это такое? Это не медный. Хрен какой-то. Что такое? А? Вот еще. Так.
Regular Amelia Earhart per day. The ring looks distinctive.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Да опять. Коробочку дам так. Без драгоценностей. Ух, ничего не так.
Tiffany. The rest of this stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring.
Так, ну что, пошли соседей опрашивать. И все посмотрели. Что ж такое-то, блин? О, здорово.
I knew it wasn't safe around here anymore.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan. Jennifer Horgan.
Horgan.
I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. She is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered?
Oh my god.
I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Погнали.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
Погнали.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
Ну,
My money, the rod
вряд ли.
looking like that, so you probably deserved it. Skipper says bring him in. Keep the hats up.
Сильно, конечно.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all.
Там чисто, так скажем.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. As far
Ну,
as
вообще-то и
I'm concerned, it still is.
мужики-то тоже должны за собой убирать, я так считаю. Ладно. Это так. Так, погнали.
Okay, Phelps, we're going hard. Follow my lead.
Какая там квартира-то была? А, с пенниками или пистолетиками.
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics.
Oh my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
she's-
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
I get even the slightest hint that you're a flight risk, pal.
Так, говорить мне еще пока не надо. Сейчас посмотрим. О! Здравствуйте. Ботиночки. Что у нас тут? 11 размер. Там 8.
Size 11s.
большеватые. Мужику не скажешь, что у него 45 лет. Не знаю. Thanks for your for Спасибо за предложение. Я. Ага. Интересно. Интересно. Так, ну что тут у нас еще есть что-нибудь? Что валяется? Так.
Optimistic, Cole.
Ну как это? Оружие, все равно оружие, блин. Так, получается, вот что поможем сказать. Ничего, да. Понятно. Пойдем допрашивать его. Так, тоже все окей. Погнали. Джейкоб.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
Да. Не знаешь.
You know where she went, Jacob. You're lying. Why would I help you if you keep lying to me?
Look, I'm telling you, I don't know.
Так, помада, послание на телеграмма, пропавшая ли мужа. Так, это не алиби. Так, ну тогда зажигалку надо, да?
We know she went to the Bomber Club.
The bartender there. He calls me if things are getting out of hand, and I go and I bring her home. He called me last night. I said no. Phone rang a couple more times after that. I ignored it. I'm gonna have to live with that.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but
Да.
right around 9.
Так, мотив есть.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
Ну врешь, это вранье.
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, Big Mouth? Huh?
Есть. Читай мне тут. Big Mouth. Ботинки, так записываю.
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured to all the troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? The DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
О, ни хрена себе. Что за... Подожди, а как? Подожди, да... Блядь, почему у меня не крутится? А что Да, ребята, что-то с клавиатурой не могу. Блядь, что-то происходит. Я не могу понять, что-то с клавиатурой происходит. Бля, почему я не могу ударить? Или мышка что-то. Почему я получаю ёбач? Блять, да что такое, ребят, ну это жесть какая-то. Что случилось с мышкой, клавиатурой? Что, блядь, произошло? Что? Ой, блядь, вообще. Машины, допрос, блокнот. Встать в боевую стойку. Взаимодействовать и атаковать. Пробел я жму. А, надо правую кнопку, что ли, нажать. Да, бля. Все понял. Это я что-то тупо. Короче, надо было встать в боевую стойку, нажав правую кнопку мышки, держа ее держа ее, либо блокировать надо удар, либо наносить было. Ну, тупой. Ты скажешь, ребят. Это жесть какая, что-то он меня не пиздил.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Давай.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blow.
Удачного
The blows to the
ключа.
head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fracture and multiple injuries caused by the skull.
Ёп.
Anything else?
Туда.
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Ой, понятно.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for
Машину,
that
да.
vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez
Так.
of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 6.
Сейчас съездим, без проблем.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
Погнали. Мендеса осмотрим. Ну, это не должен быть. Ну, блин, там еще жестко затоптали до смерти. Навряд ли так случайно было. Ну, кто его знает.
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are we going?
Brother said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if you'd been a little firmer in the beginning, wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're going to
Куда
get.
ты едешь?
Mendez, apartment 16.
Четвертый этаж аж. Ёпта, а что, лифта нет? Ну погнали, на четвертый. Второй. Третий. Четвертый.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in. Take a look around and see what you can find.
Какая квартирка-то большая? Что это такое? Что это такое, не могу понять. Ну, ключ, что такое? В смысле? Банан насматривать? Нет, спасибо. Спички. Вот ничего не ждем. О, ботиночек. Какой размерчик? 8. Ну, надо только проверить, конечно. 41 размер. Так, что такое? Подожди. Пиндаль.
Nothing significant.
Ну как это? Так, подожди. Так, блядь, да что ж такое? Так, ну-ка. Так. Ну как будто тут, знаешь, все ему подбросили. Такое, блин, впечатление. И ключ. Да, блин.
Have the murder weapon. Better get Pinker down here.
Ну надо вызывать, да.
Why not throw it away? Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey, what gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
Сейчас бегать будем.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Mendez, stop right there.
Короче, опять 25, но это явно мы могли подкинуть ему. Ах ты бегаешь как черт. Ох ты ж. Допрыгаться можно. Ой, нет, только не. Да что ж вы прыгаете-то все, придурки?
Idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle, and I'll stop the son of a bitch. Hit him, Cole. Spit him out.
Да еду, я еду.
You gotta get me closer.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry. Show me your hands.
Интересно.
goddamn thing.
Ну ладно. Не скажу. А я ничего не скажу.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful.
А это вот допрос еще надо было, нет?
Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves.
А почему я того еще не допросил?
The people and the press of this city demand it.
И все, дело закончено, что ли? Там. Ну да. Странно, что-то, я думал, дольше будет. Ну, имеется в виду, надо было этого еще допрашивать Джейкоба, не Джейкоба, это кого там. Ага, опять. Ну, еще что, один пройдем, наверное, я думаю. Golden butterfly. Ну опять это. Угу, понятно.
Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What do we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend them off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
А, ехали.
I'm just praying the prince comes through something bad.
Поехали.
Oh, sister, I was so tight I couldn't walk.
Так, где у нас машинка? Ну, в общем, да. В общем, можно пропускать эти диалоги. Ну ладно, чё. Каждый раз об этом говорю, да. Ладно. Давай быстрее садись. Погнали.
Did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time in that.
Thanks, Rusty.
Don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one
Но
clearance.
все равно явно там что-то нечисто. Явно нечисто. Это вы сами все знаете прекрасно.
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner, Phelps.
Угу.
Might get along after all.
Да, очень надо.
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy's been completed. I have two of my finest investigators on the case, fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex...
Captain, aren't there similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry? And of Elizabeth Short, for that
So you don't
matter.
believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world, with the greatest scientific investigators.
Да, да.
How can any killer continue to beat that? Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue to believe they can take a life in the city of angels.
Yeah, right. Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
Как это все интересно. Давайте побыстрее. Ну. Мне надо дело расследовать. Задолбали. Давай, давай. Ну, снова. Поговорим. Ну, ясен пень. Сейчас расследуем тебя за день. Ага. Молодец. И чё? Надо допросить? Да, погнали. Ну, в смысле, ничего не могу помочь. Так.
The stomping angle in the Henry case, was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
Понятно, да, мог быть подражатель. Что у нас тут? Атмосфера сумочки мы обнаружим. Бабулетки. Угу. Что там у нас? Дейдра Муллер.
Oh, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by R&I?
Back in a second.
Давай. Так, ну пошли. Снова с Карлосом сначала поговорить.
Similar MO. To what?
Почерк похож.
I don't think so. Celine Henry. That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it, Mal.
Severely battered, on display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. The size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm not. At a glance, I would say strangulation is the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. If they were married, they'd be at home, not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
Do you mind if I examine the body?
Be my guest.
Be my guest. Как он на него залазит, конечно, жесть. Какая-то до чего берет.
Picture mark is very distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
Хорошо. Так.
Looks like she was tied up. It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
Для того, чтобы опять кого-то подставить, да? Кольцо. Жестко. Ну, все понятно.
Detectives.
Да?
RNI says that Deirdre Muller of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband.
Окей, погнали.
Grab the husband, take him downtown and work him over. Can have this wrapped up.
Да, управимся.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
So what's going on over there?
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Ну, побыстрее, что творя.
There might be some play in the boyfriend.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
He doesn't work out that.
Это он водит,
Deirdre
конечно.
Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she?
Не удалось, да,
About
повернуть?
my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? Don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
Да. Никогда не поглядывал. Уже приглядывается. Прошу прощения. Прям мы будем сначала осматривать их домик или с этим мужичком болтать.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
Нет,
Is your
это
father home?
We'll be home soon.
дочка, наверное. Понятно.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Хоть бы показали этот значок.
Could you have a seat for me, Michelle?
Пойдем искать что-нибудь.
We're gonna have a look around.
Так, что у нас тут интересненькое есть? Так, что у нас тут записывали? А, просто, да? Ну ладно, что важное. Ну, стакан я не буду реагировать. Тут какие-то ножи. Так, записки. Записок нет, да? Так, это мы отсюда зашли. Надо дальше. Этот, да? Скрипочка. Что такое? Угу. Ага, понял. Идем дальше посмотрим. Так, вот тут у нас спаленка чья-то. О! Ботиночки. Ну, выбираем. Возьму размер.
Size 8.
Так. Угу. Угу.
Elgin wristwatch. Probably the same
Да.
one snatched from her body.
Часики для... Так, и кольцо, наверное. Нету.
No sign of a wedding ring.
Угу, угу. Угу. Погнали. Так, что у нас еще есть? Так, это там, да. Что у нас тут еще не чувствую? Закрыто, да? Ну все получается. Идем разговаривать. Да, вот что-то.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead.
Ну такое можно разве сообщать без жесть?
Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Try.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon. I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
Что ты будет свято-то водишь?
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
A ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
I know it's painful, Michelle. This may be important. She wore a wedding ring?
Mommy chose it herself. A rose gold wedding band and a matching diamond and ruby engagement ring.
She wore a watch?
Yes, a yellow gold Elgin watch. Daddy bought it for her birthday. Had a fight.
Понятненько.
Kind of a makeup present.
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. He bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. And he always wore her golden butterfly.
Thanks, Miss Muller. You've been very brave.
Вот и папашите.
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's some
Your wife
kind of...
was found murdered this morning.
Found? What?
What the
But she
fucking...
only...
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Muller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
Ну как же ты так?
Why are you lying to me, Mr.
Вот.
Muller?
Да зачем это?
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
Ой, господи, боже. Да.
That's funny. The work boots we found here are size 8s. Why lie about it if you've got nothing to hide?
Because I always get teased about the size of my feet.
А, ну конечно.
You know, small feet, small...
Always been true in my experience.
Да. Понятно. Так.
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
Ну, зачем врать-то? Вот зачем врать?
Clean if you're having an affair or if there's something going on.
I told you I was here.
Ну, а как ты думаешь? Да?
So why did you take so long to answer the phone when your daughter called?
Okay, I went out for a while.
Ну, понятно.
I was driving around. It's my way of...
Расслабился.
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was at a dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
Did your wife ever go out by herself? To bars, nightclubs?
No. What are you suggesting? You suggesting my wife's loose? Now is not the time for you to be pushing me, mister.
Your daughter said you were having an argument.
We argued about who would pick up Michelle. I worked a full day. I wanted to come home, put my feet up.
Your wife was beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, god damn it.
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
Понятненько.
You don't know anything about me.
Ну, не знаю.
I know about the golden butterfly, Hugo, and how you bought your wife off the last time you heard her.
She liked to spend money, all right? Dresses, jewelry, her hair. It drove me goddamn crazy. Do I look like a Rockefeller?
Nobody likes a cheapskate, Hugo.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea, Hugo.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Muller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
We should go back in there and bust his ass.
1, we need to break his alibi, check phone records, canvass the neighbors. 2, we have motive of domestic violence, which probably goes for half the men in LA. 3, we have no evidence tying him to the crime scene.
Hello, detective.
Так. Ой. Ой. Подожди, а вот тут что-то... Мангал какой-то. А. Потом, окей, понял.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Muller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Muller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Muller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
А, он сейчас живет. Все понятно.
Step away from the incinerator. Don't let him get away.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case. There he is, officer.
Нормально. Так. Ой-ой-ой.
I can explain the blood.
Yeah.
Booked in at Central, officer. Put him in.
Жестко.
Yes, sir, detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't want to go.
Бедная девчонка.
Need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family, grandparents, aunts or uncle?
Call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and...
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
Да.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
Grown men playing at being born.
Жестко. А зачем он избавлялся от улик?
Phelps, badge 1247.
We get Ray Pinker and a technical
I need an address on a Belmont High School.
North Bonnie Bray Street. Send someone down from Juvenile.
Хоть там болтать, я тут разговариваю по телефону. Стоит что-то набалтывает.
Thanks, ma'am.
Что, в школу поехали?
I'm gonna get good and tight come Friday.
Шо?
Got it, KGPL.
You can drive.
Погнали в
Where
морг
exactly are we
съездим.
going?
Погнали в морг съездим сначала.
I'm surprised, you know. I didn't make the husband for it.
Always make the husband.
Всегда подозреваем мужа, да?
Closest person to the Vic does the deed. God knows I wanted to kill some wives of mine.
Lex parsimoniae.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. Simplest explanation is most likely the correct.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical.
I'll try to dumb things down from now on.
Appreciate it. Try this one on besides. Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. Famous Lex ignoramus.
В общем, следует такое диалог. Интересный. Весьма интересный диалог. Ну, еще что там нашел у нас? Давай. Понятно. Ну, побыстрее. Сюда?
Phelps, Rusty, thanks for coming.
Can you blood type the shoes that we bagged and see if they're a match?
Sure. It'll all be in the report, but I'm assuming you want the details now?
Please. Cause of death is strangulation?
Correct. Take a look at the samples on the bench.
The shoe prints?
Size 8s. Very similar to the impressions from the Henry case.
Now, who do we remember got caught in bloody size 8s? I think we have our bird.
What are the normal uses for that kind of rope?
On boats, mooring lines.
Correct. Although Ray says that they're sometimes used as bell ropes in churches.
So are we looking for a sailor or a master?
Well, in my experience, sailors seem to have the greater libido.
Was Mrs. Muller criminally attacked?
No external or internal traces of semen.
Thanks, Mal. Anything else comes up, you let us know.
Так, зачем мне телефон? Кому звонить? Так, я мне позвонить надо, денег ради. Блин, ну вы тут все нас. Конкретно позвонить.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. A green 1946 coupe registered to Mrs. Hugo Muller has been found in the parking lot adjoining the Belmont High School and playing fields. Captain Donnelly wants you to head down there immediately to take this
Ну, все, поедем. Мы туда и собрались вообще-то. Погнали. Мы туда и собирались.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Погнали, давай быстрее.
Not exactly the happiest of places, the coroner's office.
Carruthers is a good man, professional, diligent. If you're working with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, coroners.
How so?
Well, you don't want them enjoying their work too much. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of court.
Rusty, that's like something out of the Pulse.
Been reading the same ones as me?
I thought you were usually too drunk to get through a magazine.
You know, if I close one eye and squint, you can just about make out the plot.
Давай, давай, давай. О. Вот и машина.
This is the car?
Yes, sir, Detective.
Have you looked it over?
Superficially. I was told to wait for you guys.
Thanks. We'll take it from here. What time did you see the person park the car?
Late last night, after school social, maybe 1 a.m. I've been keeping a good eye out lately. We've had problems with the child molester.
This was the same man?
I don't know, sir. I mean, I'd like to say yes, but truth is, it was pretty dark.
All right. Tell me about this man you've been having trouble with.
He hangs near the playground, tries to befriend the children.
Такое, а вон.
Last night before the dance.
Is he violent?
Yes, sir, I would say so, yes. There's the son of a bitch now. Hey, you!
Go, Phelps. I'll take the car and see if I can cut him off.
Ну, он-то не убивал. Ясно, что он не убивал. Но будет отвечать он, потому что у нас других подозреваемых нет. Ну, кроме мужа, но муж не убивал, вроде бы. Вроде бы. Давай. Подожди ты, ой, как ты ездишь. Давай. Стоять. Да блин. Давай, давай, давай. Могу. Давай. Оп. Хорошо.
What's your name?
Who's asking?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Name's Eli Rooney.
You've been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Some.
What are you doing around here?
I like to keep an eye on the children.
Strictly paternal, is it, Eli?
Don't sass me, boy.
Вот таких надо сразу в щик и все. Ну, я имею в виду. Пятый раз, да. Вы что там не подумайте. Он то не убивал.
I like him a little younger than that.
Turn out your pockets, Eli.
Now, why would I do that?
Because I'm about to break your fucking skull, Eli.
You're under arrest, Eli. You are very
Понятно, что он где-то подобрал где-то.
Why bother with the paperwork, Eli? I'm gonna take out my gun and I'm gonna count to 5. Let's see how fast you can run now.
Hang on a goddamn minute. I found that thing in the parking lot.
Get some backup out here, Rusty. We need to get this one downtown and into a cell.
Давай.
I'll tell them we got a kitty raper coming in. They can roll out the red carpet.
Так, что у нас тут еще? Все подкинуто в одно место, да?
Blood and skin samples. We better get Ray Pinker out here. The overalls are stenciled HM. Noire is a mechanic.
Ну да.
Wonder what Eli does for a living.
Да. Как-то все складно получается. Блин. Ай, да. Как же ты далеко припарковался? Ну все, уже двое подозреваемых. Сейчас объявление... Обвинение предъявляем кому-нибудь и сейчас решим кому. Все за день раскрыли.
Certainly, detective. I'll get in touch with the watch commander.
Thanks.
Да. Ты повезешь.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
Isn't that the cop that caught the guy that was
I say we make Rooney for this. I think we should lay it on him. He was near the car. He had a jewelry that the
Этому все подбросили Хьюга-то, муж.
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? He needs to be taken permanently out of harm's
Да
way.
понятно.
We let Mueller slide?
For a while. He gets a free pass for me.
Согласен, что это не да. Ну, подбрось, но мы-то знаем с вами все. Но улики вещь такая, что вот и там, туда и туда указывают одного на второго. Погнали.
Better not go soft on me in here, Phelps.
We'll work the evidence, Rusty. Let him do the rest. Are they ready?
Moeller's in 2 and the pervert's in 1. Get in there and get a
Ну,
conviction.
Моллер сейчас зайдем.
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down in my sap.
Here's where we stand, Hugo. Your next-door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have everything we need to send you to death row, and all you have to say for yourself is, I didn't do it.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test. I can prove it.
Why did you burn your shoes?
Да, зачем?
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
Ну, хорошо, и что от этого?
It's rabbit's blood. A guy at work brought him in and I helped him skin them.
Надо будет парня спросить.
You know anything about ropes, Hugo?
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the army.
You learned to strangle with the rope in the army?
With rope, with my bare hands, but mainly with wire. I learned a lot of things in the army, but I still didn't kill my wife.
For argument's sake, what type of rope would you use?
If I had to, I would use a triple braid. Less flex, easier to control.
We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them at work in my locker.
Enough lies, Hugo. Your overalls put you at the scene of the crime last night.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
Так, кровавые ботинки, веревка, комбинезон.
Green overalls, bloodstained, with the initials HM found in the trunk of your wife's car.
They can't be mine.
Why, Hugo?
Это не может быть мой.
They'd be in the incinerator too?
Блин, слишком у него много
Your
тоже.
wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
Да как ты? Ты чё врешь
You're
все, а?
lying, Hugo. You're gonna have to come clean on this.
You got no proof.
Ну, надо проверять все.
Your wife drove a Chevrolet, Hugo. What make of car do you drive?
A Chrysler Airflow.
So I guess that explains why the tire iron that killed your wife came from a Chrysler.
Да.
He ran the light on Olympic, and we finally collared him on.
Ну, блин, у него, конечно, больше. Блин. У него, конечно, больше дел. О, дел, говорю, улик подходит.
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in a wrathful and terrible God. Whichever way it goes.
Хорошо. В общем, вынуждает меня на этого Илая все повешать. Но они точно оба не виноваты. Подставляли. Юга подставляли.
What size boot do you wear, Eli?
Kind of like anything I can get my hands on. I'm wearing 11s.
You're maybe 5'5", 5'6" tops, and you wear size 11s? I don't think so, Eli.
That might be on the large side. Maybe 10s.
Maybe 8s.
Now that I come to think of it.
Why punish children with your iniquity, Eli?
You think I was never punished?
You must know what you're doing is evil.
Well, son, nobody's perfect.
Ну, конечно.
You're down on your luck, Eli.
I had worse. My family a road killed during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
Да, ищешь, конечно.
This place you worked have a name?
Hennessy Marine. You can't miss the place. Big yellow letters, HM.
Вот.
They give you any workwear, Eli?
Ага. И туда, и туда подходит. Можно и с этим связать, да, получается? Ага. Ну, интересно.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's dander up.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
Farm boy like you, Eli, must prefer Magay for roping, am I right?
I prefer braid. Tie hitching braid, it stays tied.
You killed Mrs. Muller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. Ain't done nothing like that.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things.
Мотив деньги, но так убить жестоко. Ну понятно, понятно.
I've been in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one.
Убивал
I
только
saw
расстрелял.
that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there and put his coveralls in the trunk.
Ну вот видишь,
I
видел.
saw him drop the butterfly in the lamplight and he strolled out.
Вот это уже правда говорит.
And I went over and I picked it up.
Ну, в общем, смысл в чем? Значит, мужу я не могу предъявлять, ну, как бы похож. Они оба, естественно, не виноваты. И на того улики можно навести спокойно, предъявить, да, обвинение, значит, и тому, и тому. Но, естественно, там убийца другой, его не обнаружили. Ну как? Я вот тоже не понимал, то есть можно же с отпечатки поискать на этой одежде, там кровь, сопоставить все это. Вот этот, он сказал, у меня ботинок, там кролика, сопоставить, человеческая ли это кровь, не человеческая. Это же все можно сделать. Как я сейчас могу предъявлять обвинение, еще не собрав все, всю базу доказательной, да? Ну, ладно, что сделаешь. Ну, в общем, обменяем педофила этого, потому что, ну, чище мир станет. Мы уже отпускаем, но и он не виноват, по идее, педофил. Он правду сказал, что он видел, посмотрел, кто там подъехал. Вот. Так, предъявляем обвинение. Да. Ну и все, закрываем дело и завтра уже продолжим следующие дела. Это дело память, я не убийца, я не убийца. Понятно.
Phelps, Galloway. Congratulations are at hand. Drink, boys? I think you'll receive a commendation for this one, gentlemen. In the meantime, I'll speak to the DA about expediting.
Ну вы не торопитесь, ну дайте все эти. Понятно. Для них сойдет. Ну понятно. Понятно, что теплый подъем. Немножко флешбеков посмотрим. Пусть пока смотрим, я буду немножко... Потихоньку будем закругляться. Два мы успели сегодня дело пройти. Там они дальше будут сложнее, ну, больше. Ну, буду стараться по два проходить. Многовато, конечно. Нормально. Посмотрим смотреть.
Get this, Golden Boy actually seems to know what he's doing. See that, boys? He slapped that Jap right upside the head.
It was merely to remind him of his place. His shame was the tone of voice that he used with a superior. I respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to kill the sons of bitches.
Do you know why we're fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the US because we cut off their oil. What would we do if another country denied us the gas to run our cars?
Интересно, да? Ну ладно. Ну все. Это у нас оставляем на следующий раз. В общем, Тоже, да, всего ваш 1,5 часа. Получилось, ладно. Ребята, спасибо вам за просмотр. Подписывайтесь, пожалуйста, на канал. Ставьте лайки, оставляйте комментарии. Все, увидимся в следующей части. Всем пока.